So yes, we are here for Photography Kitchen. This is episode 7. What the heck was I thinking when I took this shot? I was walking around. This is downtown Warwick, looking off one of the side streets. I took it because of all the wires. And I thought, wow, is there any way to overcome nonsense like this? So first thing, let's do the basic edits. Again, it comes in camera natural. I want the adaptive color for this. I think it'll work. Yeah, that's better. Highlights are a little too bright. Let's bring those down. Shadows need to open up a bit. And again, I'm going to add some texture clarity, add a little vibrance, add a little saturation. Now somehow I got some spots. There's a big spot right here. And there's an airplane here. So I should have gotten rid of those first, but I have something else in mind, so I'm not going to. There's also, you can see there's some distortion, perspective distortion looking up where the buildings are falling in on either side. Could I fix that in Lightroom? Actually, the answer is yes. I'll show you. I'm going to undo it because I don't want to do it here. But if I click on vertical and start doing that, I can straighten out. The problem is because I guess the distance from me is slightly different. If I make this one straight, this one ends up not being straight and vice versa. So Lightroom is not the answer. That's too complicated for Lightroom to do. So I'm going to make a virtual copy of this so I can get back to the original. There's our reset. Let's take the one we just did the minor edits to and send this into Photoshop Command E. All right, here we are in Photoshop. And yeah, let's get rid of that spot's bothering me. I'm just going to drag around it. Add to it, and keyboard shortcut, the plane, let's get rid of that at the same time. Hold down the shift key, draw around that with the lasso tool, and the keyboard shortcut is function shift F5, brings up content aware fill. We no need for AI for that, it's just plain sky, and they're gone. Here's the cool part, Command J for a new background. Right over here, if you click on the little arrow there, where'd the rest of my menu go? How come it's not showing up? Oh, okay, if I click and hold, okay. So if I click and hold that, we're using the remove tool. This is new. If you haven't tried this yet, and up on the top of the menu for the remove tool, you see this thing called find distractions. And there's really two choices for now, wires and cables and people. So I'm going to click on wires and cables. And let's see how good a job that this tool can do to get rid of our wires in this mess. And honestly, I wanted to share this tool with you. So I went walking around town looking for the worst collection of wires I could find. And wait for it. Look at that. How cool is that? Isn't that amazing? Because I could look, there's the before and after. Since they were dark enough, it even got rid of the shadows on the building. Look on the side of the building right over here on the right side. It got rid of them there. Now, the problem is they're all fine except we now have a street light that is hanging in the sky. But that's okay. I'm going to bring the opacity down a little bit so that I can see a kind of a ghostly outline of where the lines were. And I'm going to create a mask. You do that right here. It just gives me a white mask. And if I paint with black on there, it'll bring back or let what's underneath show through. So let's hit B to get a brush. I just want a small one, just a little bit bigger than the wires. I want to work at 100%, so I hit 0. And I'm just going to start dragging across here, right across. Make sure we get all of this extra stuff. And then I'm just dragging through. And there we go. I think I got most of it. Now we got a little bit of extra back. Now I'll put the opacity back to 100%. So now I have to do some fixing manually. So let's zoom in there. Oh, I forgot to denoise this when we were in Lightroom. I can actually do it here in Photoshop. So I get the L key. And I'm just going to drag around these things. And I fill that with black. So Alt backspace. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to put white in there. X. Alt backspace. That's gone. And again, we're looking at this thing at 365% magnification. So, and you can do multiples at once if you like. I'll come down and get this piece, and up in here, and in the middle. You could see, I'm not going to do this for the whole thing. Again, Alt backspace again, that's gone. And sometimes if you have a little thing like right here, what you can do is use the stamp tool right here, the cloning brush. Hit S, make that smaller. Alt to sample. I'm just going to come up the line here and sample right in the middle of that. Bring it down and then just start painting over, except now I'm getting the stuff underneath. So never mind. Let's just do it the other way. So again, I have the lasso tool. By the way, if you're using the lasso tool and you hold down the Alt key, when you drag, it turns it into the straight line tool. So again, Alt backspace, and I got a little schmutz in here, Alt backspace. All right, so what I would do is go through everywhere that happened. We have it here. You know, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get rid of the outside ones, and the others can just stay. So now, again, hold down the Alt key, and I can draw straight lines. And we can be a little bit messy because, again, we are working at 365%. So Alt backspace, they're gone. And we'll do the same thing for the bottom. And what we're going to do is we're going to make believe that the cross ones in the middle are actually there, like support wires. But again, if you wanted to get rid of them, like so for example, oh, where's a support one that we don't want? So here's one of those little crossy things that doesn't have any problems in it. So if I hit the S key, and I got to paint out, I was painting on the mask before. Hold down Alt. I'm just going to click right on that cross there. If I come over to here, why is that not doing that? All right. Oh, I know why. Sorry. I have to flatten this. So I'm going to merge visible again. Do that again. Alt click, come over to here, and now it gets rid of it. And that's how you can get rid of this stuff. But again, we're looking at it at 300% because there's the actual thing. Oh, there's another spot there too. So let's lasso around that. And there's also a little bit of haze from some of the spots where the wires were. But again, function shift F5, get rid of that spot. But, okay, that's cool. Now let's fix the perspective. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this, but I'm not going to use the generative fill. I'm just going to give myself a little room left and right so that I can have some space to straighten these buildings out. So I hit Command click on the icon for the layer, and you see it gives me the entire thing. And we're going to do Command T again, which was our transform. And just like we did with that lighthouse top before, hold down the Command key, and I'm going to drag over. And the cool thing about this is, unlike when you do these straightening in Lightroom where you lose stuff, you don't lose anything here. And since I'm doing each side individually, I'm doing different amounts, so both buildings on either side will end up straight. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now I can do my generative expand, or I can just get the wand tool, magic wand, click in this black area here. Now before I use generative fill, if I just use generative fill, this border is going to be hard. And that can often lead to a little bit of, like you'll see the border where it happens. So here's what you do. Make that selection, and then you go up to Select, Modify, Expand. I typically like to use Add 3 pixels. It's just going to expand it out 3 pixels, and then hit Generative Fill and Generate. And let's see how good a job it does filling that in. And yes, it's going to probably put the car back in there as well. I actually want to get rid of the car, so we'll do that separately. So almost done. And look how beautiful a job it did adding to the building. Let's see the 3 choices. I'm trying to think what this building does have windows around the other side. I like that one. That one kind of reminds me what the building looks like. So we're going to go with that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's come over here. magic wand again. Now, I can't do both of these at the same time. That's asking way too much of the software. So click there. Again, select, modify, expand, 3 pixels. And if 3 pixels is a good number, you can just put it in there once and it will stay there until you change it. So there we go. We got that selected. Generative fill again. Let's generate that. And let's see what it comes off to the right-hand side. This building is excuse me, this is right downtown Warwick. This building that we're fixing right now is actually a candy shop called Fizzy Lifting. I don't know where they came out with that. Okay, 1, 2, no. 3, actually 1's pretty darn good. 1's good. All right, so I've got these generative fill layers. I'm going to combine them with my layer 2. So I'm just going to, shift click all of these and Command E those. So they're all flattened now. Now the one thing I don't like is this car. So let's get a lasso. I'm going to draw around that. I'm going to make sure I get the shadow as well. And I'm going to click on Generative Fill and tell it to do its thing. And let's see how good a job it does of getting rid of the car. I mean, I used to do this kind of stuff 20, 30 years ago with Photoshop. And yes, I could do it, but this would be like hours. Now you just circle around it and click and say, please fix this. And it does. It's really amazing what it's doing. All right. So, how cool is that? 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I like the curve on that curb. Yeah, we're going to go with the curved curb. All right. Now you might think we're done. But wait, we're not. One more thing. I'm going to jump back into Lightroom. Because this sky's boring. Oh, look, a sky. This is actually also Warwick, so the sky makes sense. So I'm going to Command E to send that into Photoshop. Here it is. I'm going to do a Select All, Command A, and Command C to copy it to put it on the clipboard. Here's our downtown shot. Let's back off on this a little bit. We'll do a Select Sky. And there's our sky. I did a pretty good job of it. And you remember the command was Edit, Paste Special, Paste Into. There's our new sky. Let's hit Command T and then Command 0 to see where the sky really is. There's the whole thing. And then we can drag this thing around to be the sky we want it to be. And let's take a peek. Where is the sun coming from? The shadows are being cast from left to right, yet these clouds are lit right to left. We got to fix that. So we go up to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and now the clouds are going the right way. And I can also move them around. And since there's building here, I can go anywhere around here I want. Let's see. I want to put that big cloud behind that light a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. There we go. Do I need to do any more? Nah. Let's save this. Let's hit Command S. I'll do a little vignette on it. Now, before someone's going to ask, because someone always asks, there are these shadows from wires on the pavement. Could I get rid of them? I could. And the easiest way to do it would actually be Content-Aware Fill. However, there's something interesting being caused. And you can imagine that there are wires above where you're standing that were casting these shadows. They're just out of frame. So you're okay with it as a viewer. But what's very cool about this is the lines, as a secondary piece of interest, guide you to the one person in the frame. This person walking over here. It's kind of interesting that it makes you go ahead and look at them. So I actually like them there. So let's go back into Photoshop, or into Lightroom rather. Somebody did ask about the shadows. So somebody did ask about the shadows. See, I cut you off at the knees there. Okay. Okay, so here's my image. Let's go ahead and add a vignette. Yeah, just a gentle vignette. I mean, not that this is not the nicest view of Warwick, New York. The reason I took it was to show you that you can go from here to there. Hey, go back to there. That's what I wanted to show you. So pretty amazing capabilities here in Photoshop. Just before next time, April 8th, will be the next deep dive class, and it's going to be stuff like we did in Photoshop and then even deeper. I may even take you into lab mode in Photoshop, which most people have never even heard of, but allows you to do some cool stuff. But we're going to go deep for 2.5 hours in Photoshop and use all kinds of tools that I'm going to guess half of them you've never used. So that will be on the 8th. You can sign up for it. It'll be in the newsletter. You can sign up for it on my website. And then the next photography kitchen will be the following day, April 9th. And we'll pick up where we left off tonight and do some more cool stuff, if you like. So again, I say goodnight to you all. Thanks for joining me. It was good seeing your small little faces on the screen. And I wish you a great rest of the week, and thanks for joining.